conclude, even though I see both attorneys on the Cortland, Greene, and Lewis County matter are present, they might have something else. But after that, the court will be in recess until the 1:30 Roush hearing in state of Washington versus Andrew Toombs. Did the parties have something?
We had that agreed order that we were hoping you would entertain on penalties in the prior Cortland case.
I appreciate that. I set that aside because I wanted to be able to take a look. Was that the final order in judgment and the agreed motion for final order and entry of judgment?
It's just stipulating to the, or Your Honor, I apologize. It's just stipulating to the order, and I think, I don't want to speak for Mr. Eisenberg, but I think that we probably have to create one more order for this court for the final order.
That order doesn't address costs and attorney's fees. Is that what you mean by that?
That can be, I would agree with that. If this court wants to use it as an order except for costs and attorney's fees, I'm fine with that.
And so let's just go on the record since I have you both here. This is Brian Cortland versus Lewis County, 17-2-615-234. And what the parties handed up was an agreed motion for final order and entry of judgment. That document has an exhibit with a CR2A stipulated statutory penalty pursuant to RCW 4256-550 subsection 4, that there is a total penalty that has been stipulated to by the parties. That does not include all costs and reasonable attorney fees, which would be determined at a later date, but that judgment shall enter for the plaintiff for the total penalty of $20,790. Also, there is an exhibit which was the proposed final order, and then there is a separate document, the final order and judgment, which contains that amount of the $20,790. Is there any additional record the parties wanted to make?
No, Your Honor.
I think it's important for Lewis County to make one additional thing on the record. As you'll see from the written documents, the parties dispute what effect, if any, this proposed agreed order would have on either party's right to appeal. And I just thought it was worth pointing out that there is a dispute over that. There isn't any specific agreement on that. Thank you.
Oh, I see. And you're referring to in the final order and judgment paragraph 1.8, which states the parties disputed whether the stipulation affects any right to appeal.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that either party is asking the court to do regarding that?
No, sir. Lewis County, I mean, to be candid to the court, Lewis County wishes to preserve its right to appeal, potentially, the underlying merits ruling, and does not believe that stipulating to the penalty that follows from that merits ruling, while that ruling is binding on Lewis County, because this court made it, would waive its right to appeal the underlying merits ruling. And so it wished to reflect that the parties don't have any agreement on that in the order to avoid waiver.
And so the proposed order in judgment simply reflects the parties are disputing whether the stipulation has any effect.
Yes, Your Honor. Plaintiff's position is that Lewis County would be inviting error because they stipulated to how many records were wrongfully withheld under the Public Records Act. So how can they say on the one hand, we're stipulating to how many records were withheld and we're going to pay a penalty, but we're going to challenge this, oh, sorry, I didn't realize. So it would be inviting the error because on one hand, how can Lewis County say?
And Mr. Thomas, I actually fully understand what you both are saying, but is there any reason I shouldn't enter this final order and judgment that you both have signed?
We would be happy if you signed it.
I will sign it. And I have done so.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you all. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Course in recess.
All right.
Hey, Jim. Hey, Jim. See that one? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Okay, I can get you the case numbers. They're actually, I think they're in our motion too. Just this year, right? There's a Lewis County case, that's one. Here, this is two. That's all great. The GR 31.1 is 4. It's 4 this year off the top of my head. All right, seems like a county of 75,000.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's stacking up to me, so.